ladies and gentlemen, to talk about markets and budget day is really interesting. And to do that on Market Movers today, as always, we have Miss Vaishali Parekh from Prabhudas Lilladher joining us. Miss Parekh, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Abhishek. Thank you for having me.
It's been a long day. I mean, in the morning, the markets kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and then certain indices and stocks did take a bit of a downturn. But looking at the end of the day, we're very close to the end of the day. At the markets, Nifty 50 has broken the 500 level, 24 500 level, but it's well above the support that we were discussing earlier, 24,400. Same is the situation with the IT. It's up 271 points. Bank Nifty, down by 500 points. So basically, the range bound market, which we were talking about throughout the last week, continues to be the scenario. There is a little bit of an up move in a certain index, and there's a bit of a down move in another.
So, agreed. Actually, it was a day full of suspense till the budget outcome occurred post 11. So, now purely on technical terms, we have been discussing, Abhishek, that 24,400 was the near term support, and below that, we were looking at 24,200. So, that full round of corrective move has taken place, and we were also fearing that it would break those levels and we may slide further. But for now, we have held on to 24,200. Yeah, a little bit of whipsaw it cannot be ruled out, as we always see. So we have closed about 24,200 and more so about 24,400. So as far as Nifty is concerned, we would be expecting a range bound move from here on. And as far as Bank Nifty also, it showed a little bit more of weakness when we saw HDFC Bank and the other banks sliding. But once again, it has held on well. So 51,700, 51,800, that was the support level that we were looking at, and we have closed pretty much there. Yes, and sector specific, we saw weakness coming in the realty sector, but it was again, once again, the pharma and FMCG took the cake. I mean, the stocks like Tata Consumer and HUL, they did so well. So we are seeing a mixed view as far as the stocks are concerned, and well, we are focusing on the stocks which look strong from here on.
Yeah, Tata Consumers was one of your recommendations in the last week. So yes, Tata Consumers, and the index has, of course, it's at a new all-time high, exceptionally well, 1,629 points up. So FMCG sector is doing really well. It seems market has incorporated, absorbed the news of the budget. Historically, you've seen so many budgets, you've seen so many, budget trading days. What would you say how this particular budget day trading has been? Because we're pretty close to the end of the day.
Yes, so this time actually it looks pretty different because every time when we see a selling, we see selling all across the board. But today somehow we have held on. So this implies that there is inherent strength. The market players are not ready to let go, and we are not letting go of the trend. That is what I can understand with this current scenario. Let's wait because let the understanding sink in as to how it's going to impact us for the longer term. So I think let's observe for a day or two. But for now, seeing the market close, I think they should continue to be in a range bound move. So, yes, but certain stocks, like as we discussed, it's going to show some impact on realty sector. Maybe we may not see a runaway rally as far as the index is concerned, but stock specific, like the energy index, if we were to talk, or we are talking about FMCG counter, they still continue to show robust move. In fact, even IT was quite unaffected in spite of all the volatility. So I would think that yes, we continue to have a positive bias on stocks that we have spoken about in the recent past.
Right. On that note, let's start talking about the recommendations for tomorrow, because the next big trigger after what happened on exit poll day was always going to be the budget day, and that
Yes.
trigger has come and gone, and the market seems to have reacted and come back to same level, if not exactly the same, then similar levels. So, what do you see going forward? What are your recommendations for tomorrow?
So yes, first I would like to just brush up on the stocks that we have already discussed. They are still unaffected, and we are like no sell. We spoke about Bharat Forge yesterday. We also
Yeah.
spoke about AI engineering. They are still holding on to the trend, and these are all our positional calls. So our view remains the same. There is no negation as far as our view is concerned. Now for today, I think well, it's time to look into LTTS. That's what technically also looks very favorable. Actually, my focus was also on gold stocks, but they've given a very good run up. So I would now look at LTTS. If you see, it's in the process of higher bottom formation, and it's sustaining well above the 200-day moving average. So I would say that current market price is 5123. And again, once again, this would be a positional trade. 4800 acts as a good support, but for a long term perspective, a positional target, I would look at 5500 from here on. So LTTS is a stock to my liking. And the other stock in the cash category, if you see Protean, Protean did very well. It has given a breakout with very high volume. It's relatively a new stock. We don't have much of a data, but the previous high that we have seen is 1712, and we saw this stock doing a high of 1715 today. So we've got a close at 1686. So I think this is once again a buying opportunity with 1550 as support, and look for a target of 2000 from here on. So Protean is one stock which looks very good to me right now.
All right. On that note, and thank you so much for taking out the time and
Pleasure.
talking to us, Ms. Parekh. Thank you.